Hey, there's some shady stuff going on in California. I know I'm being redundant, right? But hey, what are we talking about? Let's find out next. Hey, everybody. Dave Edwards, Treasure Valley Dave here. You know, you're a great real estate agent by your side when it comes time to buy a home, sell a home, or even relocate to the Treasure Valley. And you might be relocating to the Treasure Valley from where? Maybe California. Why? Because there's so many more shenanigans going on than ever before. What are we talking about? Well, I came across these news stories just recently. California lawmakers kick off a special state session to Trump-proof the state laws. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means Gavin Newsom, who's apparently being talked about for a presidential run in 2028, right? He wants to, put his name out there, I guess. So California legislators convened to enact laws to protect California's values from what Governor Gavin Newsom characterizes as federal overreach expected under the incoming Trump administration. Wow. So what kind of California values are they? And are they your values? I don't know. I guess that's a question you have to ask yourself. So Newsom wants to make sure that there's no federal interference in the LGBTQ, maybe they're missing some letters there, issues. They want to make sure that Trump doesn't interfere with California's abortions and immigrations. So what does this mean? Well, I don't know about the first one with all the LGBTQ stuff, but I can tell you about it. The second one seems like it was under the last Trump administration that they devolved the jurisdiction of abortions back to the states. So Trump has absolutely no say over it whatsoever. So what does that tell me? It's that issue is just a political stumping point for Newsom to get the people that have, low mental capacity all worked up so he gets voted in. That's the way it seems anyway. And then immigration. Well, we know about that. I know that there's things in the works right now for LA to become a sanctuary city, county, whatever they can do to make sure that illegal criminals are well protected from evil, mean old Trump who says bad words and puts out mean tweets. Well, gosh, there it is there, huh? What's Newsom doing about all this? Well, Newsom's proposing $25 million fund. And, anytime a politician, especially a Democrat, talks about a dollar amount, you can always triple that or quadruple that, and you still would be coming short. But he proposes $25 million fund for expected court battles. And during Trump's first term, California filed over 100 lawsuits with varying degrees of success. So Newsom's going to try to go in there and use your tax money to undermine everything that Trump is doing. And whether you voted for him or not, he was voted for by a pretty decent margin. So you can almost say he has a mandate, right? So the Attorney General of California said that they've sponsored a couple bills to cement abortion access in the state. Again, it's a state issue. It's not a federal issue. So whatever they're doing on that issue is just for politicking 4 years ahead of time. So what are the liberal factions, the people that, I don't know, maybe your Soros types or stuff like that, people that want to have communism throughout the entire world? What are they doing? Well, there's one of them right now. Joe Biden's going to visit California and announce new national monument. Does that sound like maybe it's a payback? Could be. Let's see what it says. Biden's going to fly to Los Angeles, possibly to announce the creation of a national park monument south of Joshua Tree. The Washington Post said on Thursday, reported that Biden is preparing to sign a proclamation that would establish the Chuckwalla National Monument south of Joshua Tree National Park, making drilling, mining, and other energy and industrial-related activities illegal in the area. Does that sound strikingly familiar? Can you remember back with me to 1996? Then one worlder, Bill Clinton, he just with the stroke of a pen said that they're going to take 1 million or 1.7 million acres of federal land in southern Utah and call it a national monument, the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument. And I always picture in my mind a monument would be like the Arc de Triomphe, a statue made out of bronze or something in front of a government building. No, did you know a monument could be 1.7 million acres? Could be 1.7 million acres where the best coal, the best low sulfur, less pollutant coal in the entire world, except for China, is at. So now it's all taken off the table. And that's exactly what Biden's going to be doing down here in Southern California. And he's also going to take and make another monument in Northern California. We'll get to that in a second. And apparently this proposal works hand in glove with the establishment's push for renewable energy development. So we're not going to have any fossil fuel anymore. And we will have more renewables. We're going to have solar and stuff like that. That's what this is all about. But the other one up here in Northern California is over near Mount Shasta. President Joe Biden will designate 206 acres of volcanic mountains east of Mount Shasta as the new, you're going to have to help me out with that name there, Tila National Monument. And so why is that? Well, apparently there's some pros and apparently there's some cons for it. The people that support it are Gavin Newsom and the Democrat senators from California. I know, knock me over with a feather, right? And so who's against it? Well, here's U.S. Rep. Doug LaMalfa. He's been a conservative representative for many years now. LaMalfa doesn't think that putting the area in national monument status is necessary because it's already protected from development. He said that receiving permits is already difficult on Forest Service lands, and forbidding further development would make it more difficult to fight wildfires in the area because there are too few roads. So how does that compare to Idaho, for instance? Well, we have the Biden administration trying to do this Lava Ridge thing. And this is many, many acres that the Biden administration wants to force Idaho to put in these windmills. Why? Because California needs a certain percentage of their electricity come from green sources, and they're going to take it from us. We don't want it. We don't need it. And the Biden administration comes in and says, you're going to get it anyway. And almost everybody in the entire state, certainly our entire congressional delegation, is totally against it. And Biden's people are still push. Well, we'll find out in a couple of weeks how that's going to play out. But it just goes to show the people in Idaho, you try to pull some of that federal level stuff and push it down our throats. We're not having it. People in California, I don't know if you just don't know about it or you just gave up. Your politicians are taking this and running with it and using it for various different reasons. One, to further their one world order type of a thing by making sure that we're not energy independent. And two, to line their own pockets for their run for presidential campaigns in a couple of years. But if you're ready to escape all the insanity going on in California, come to Idaho. We need your voice up here. We need you to help fight against the federal government because up here, at least we got a chance. You don't really have that in California. So thanks for checking in today. And if you'd like to see another video on a comparison of California craziness to Idaho, check out this one right here that I put up recently. I think you're going to like it. And we'll see you on the next video.